Hey guys, it's Nika. Welcome back to my booktube channel Pretty Little Bibliophile, and welcome if you're new. I make book related videos, and today's video is going to be a much anticipated book haul video. And let me tell you, I'm very excited to share my books with you all because these are some of my most anticipated, much awaited books of all time. Not necessarily this year, but I have been waiting for a long time to get these books. So the books I've got here are very diverse. We've got a retelling of Greek mythology, we've got short stories, we've also got Indian literature, and I'm really very excited to share them with you all. So without further ado, let's get started. The first one I am going to show you all is The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. Let me tell you that this book has been on my wish list, on my even shopping list for a really long time, but it has been unavailable for the longest period of time. Whether it is offline bookstores or Amazon or Flipkart, I couldn't find it anywhere. So one day, just by pure luck, sheer luck, when I did find it on Amazon, I just bought it immediately, and I'm very happy. However, the copy came a bit damaged. As you can see, there's a tear here and the cover is a bit uneven here. But that said, I don't have any complaints because I would rather have a copy in my hand than none at all. If you don't know what it's about, I mean, you have been living under a rock, because I think this book is so popular on BookTube as well as Book Twitter. But if you still don't know, I'll let you know more about it because I'm going to just read the synopsis from back here. Greece in the Age of Heroes. Patroclus, an awkward young prince, has been exiled to the court of King Peleus and his perfect son Achilles. Despite the differences, Achilles befriends the shamed prince, and as they grow into young men skilled in the arts of war and medicine, their bond blossoms into something deeper, despite the displeasure of Achilles' mother, Thetis, a cruel sea goddess. But when word comes that Helen of Sparta has been kidnapped, Achilles must go to war in distant Troy and fulfill his destiny. Torn between love and fear for his friend, Patroclus goes with him, little knowing that the years that follow will test everything they hold dear. So I'm really excited to read this book, and after this one maybe I'll also pick up Circe, because I have that one as well by Madeline Miller, but I haven't read that one. Then the next two books I'm going to talk about are from the whole Indian literature genre, and these are K.R. Meera's books. As you can see, I've got two here. I've got the Gospel of Judas and the Unseen Idol of Light. Now this year I actually picked up K.R. Meera for the first time. I read The Poison of Love and I really liked her writing, and that book is a really short one, so you can definitely start with that one if you want to get a taste of K.R. Meera's writing. But that said, let me tell you about what these two books are. So firstly, I'll tell you about the Gospel of Judas. Young and impressionable, Prema is deeply infatuated with Judas, the enigmatic man who dredges corpses from the bottom of the nearby lake. Longing to be rescued from the tyranny of her father, a former policeman who zealously tortured Naxalite rebels during the emergency, Prema dreams of escape and finds herself drawn to the Naxal political ideology. Convinced that Judas was one of the inmates at her father's prison camp, Prema believes that only he can save her, but Judas is haunted by secrets of his own, and like his biblical namesake Judas Iscariot, he bears the burden of crushing guilt. Ferociously powerful and utterly absorbing, the Gospel of Judas raises alarmingly relevant questions about the politics of allegiance and the price of idealism. It is also a deeply human story about remorse, redemption, and love. Now, I want to apologize beforehand if I mispronounce any of the names, but I'm sure you get what I mean. Really excited to read this one. And then the other book is The Unseen Idol of Light, which is actually much thicker than the other one. But nevertheless, let me tell you about this one. One fateful day, Deepti vanishes mysteriously. Baffled by her disappearance and consumed with grief, Prakash, her husband, loses his eyesight. For Prakash, the inexplicable loss of Deepti is doubly painful because she was pregnant with that child, and no amount of consolation can bring him solace in the years that ensue. Into this void steps Rajani, a woman with a tormented past. Despite her initial disdain of Prakash, she steadily finds herself drawn to him, and although an intense desire brings them together, Prakash is unable to give Rajani the love she craves, just as he is powerless to dispel the luminous memory of Deepti. But where will this grave obsession lead? The Unseen Idol of Light is a haunting tale that explores love and loss, blindness and sight, obsession and suffering, and the poignant interconnections between them. So this one sounds definitely interesting, and I'm really excited to pick this one up. I am actually not sure which one I'll pick up first, since I'm kind of in the, I think reading slump might be approaching. I think I'll pick up the short one that might help solve that whole issue. So yeah. Then the next book I'm going to talk about is Lovely, Dark and Deep by Joyce Carol Oates. Now this is a collection of stories, and I've heard that it's very wacky, scary, weird at times, and very unsettling as well. And since I have just read The Dangers of Smoking in Bed by Mariana Enriquez, which I really love, I think this one will be just as well for me to pick up next. So let me tell you what this is about. By the way, this is a short story collection, so yeah, keep that in mind. Alright, a collection of 13 spellbinding stories from the legendary literary master Joyce Carol Oates, National Book Award winner and New York Times bestselling author, that maps the eerie darkness within us all. Insightful, disturbing, imaginative, and mesmerizing in their lyrical precision, the stories in Lovely, Dark, Deep display Joyce Carol Oates' astonishing ability to make visceral the fear, hurt, and uncertainty that lurks at the edges of ordinary lives. In Mastiff, a woman and a man are joined in an erotic bond forged out of terror and gratitude. Fearful that her husband is vanishing from their life, a woman becomes obsessed with keeping him in her sight in The Disappearing. A Book of Martyrs reveals how the end of a pregnancy begins with it the end of a relationship. And in the title story, elderly Robert Frost is visited by an interviewer, a troubling young woman who seems to know a good deal more about his life than she should. A piercing, evocative collection, Lovely, Dark, Deep, reveals Joyce Carol Oates at her most imaginative and unsettling. So I'm really excited to read this one, and I'll let you know more about what I think after I'm done. But if you have read any of these 4 books, let me know what you think, and I'll really look forward to your comments down below. Once again, if you like this video, don't forget to click on the thumbs up icon down below, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you very soon in another video. And I would just say, stay tuned for the next book haul, which is going to be amazing and huge, let me tell you. So yeah, take care, and thank you so much for watching. I love you all. Thanks for supporting, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.